Micah Parsons did, in effect, throw his quarterback under the bus when he listed the top quarterbacks in the league and didn't bring up Dak's name.
So on LT, here's comparisons to Parsons. You're comparing him to me, and his team never does anything in the postseason, and he does podcasts.
There have been various points where his commentary has undermined some of the things that people in that organization in authoritarian positions have had to say in terms of the overall messaging.
Ooh, the controversy. Micah Parsons took to social media yesterday to gauge reaction to his podcast, writing, LOL. I wonder, do people hate my podcast because it's actually good? Or do people hate it because it's bad? Because hella people in the NBA and NFL have a podcast and nobody has a problem. Wilbon, do you have a problem with Micah's comments?
Molly, I'm going to be the exception. Occasionally, I text our dear friend Stephen A., especially when it comes to Cowboy topics. And I tell him what is literally on my mind, which is nothing could be more irrelevant. What is today, February 21st or something like that? By the way, Stephen A., was yesterday Chuck's birthday? I think it might have been.
Yes, it was. It was Charles Barkley's birthday,
okay.
62 years
I didn't
old.
text.
Oh, happy birthday, Chuck.
So Chuck's getting up there. So here we are in the middle of February, and nobody could be more relevant. When does Micah Parsons ever make noise on a field? I've never heard his podcast. I'm not going to ever hear his podcast. Nothing he says can undermine anything. I'll disagree with Chris Canty briefly just there. Undermine what? Why would anybody with an ounce of sense pay any attention to Micah Parsons? Whatever happened to the phrase, consider the source? Why would you pay if you don't have anything better to do with your life than to hang on the words of Micah Parsons, you need to reorder some priorities. Stephen A., with that, I will cede the rest of the Micah Parsons time to you because I know it matters to you. I know you care about it. If Micah Parsons was doing his podcast in my office about 20 feet away, I wouldn't peek my head in to hear a single thing he has to say.
Let me ask you this question before I respond. Have you ever met Micah Parsons?
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever?
I want to see him play.
I know
Yeah,
that,
I
but have you ever
once.
talked to him? Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm here to tell you.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm here to tell you something. He's a really good guy.
Okay,
And-
I believe you.
And he's a really good guy. He really is. That's number one. Number two, okay, when he says what he says, I think some of the things he says about his Cowboys, I don't give a damn what he says about the Cowboys. I don't have time. I'm too busy working to listen to his podcast a lot. But I got love.
Amen.
I got love for him because it's rare. First of all, Lawrence Taylor ain't responding about just anybody. There's a reason he says something about Micah Parsons because he knows this brother can ball. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler in all 4 years that he's been in Big D. He's 1-3 in playoff games. He's not the only reason they've lost or what have you. I would tell you that although some things he may say, I find myself scratching my head about in the same breath. I also think he's got about 4.5 million subscribers. People do listen to what he has to say. And he's a sensible dude. I would encourage you to get to know him, Wilbon, because I'm telling you right now, you're busy just like I am. We don't have time to listen to him. But there's a core decency about him and an honesty about him that he deserves credit for. And when you look at Jerry Jones is the type of dude, like Jerry Jones talks a lot, so he don't mind Micah Parsons talking a lot. And in Micah Parsons' case, they getting on him because he was naming the top 5 quarterbacks and didn't name one of his teammate, Dak Prescott, as one of the top 5. You know why he didn't do that? Because he ain't a top 5 quarterback. That's why. And so he's being honest about that. There are things that would get on your nerves about him, Wilbon, because you old school, and I get that. But you would appreciate the fact that A, he can ball, B, he's honest, and C, at his core, and C, at his core, he is a really, really, really decent dude. He really is.
If I had the chance and I could listen to Lawrence Taylor or Micah Parsons, which one you think I'm going?
Lawrence Taylor.
Okay.
All right. Well, Ben, I have 2 things to say. 1, we need you on the show more, but I know you hate mornings. And 2, so I shouldn't start a podcast. That's all I got to say. Don't
Molly, I'm listening to you. I'm
no,
listening
you're not.
to your
You're
podcast.
A liar. You're not listening.
I'm just no Dallas
Molly,
Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys free zone.
Wilbon will hop.
And another
Wilbon will
one.
hop on my podcast in a heartbeat. I got one. Hop on mine.
All right.
That's true. You two, yes. Anybody associated with Dallas Cowboys or Aaron Rodgers Another one. Don't need to hear it.
Goodness.
Don't need to hear from either one. I want to see them play. Otherwise, night-night, as Steph Curry would say.
I love this. You say what you feel. So refreshing. Don't go anywhere. Much more First Take after this break.
It's a beautiful, beautiful day at my undisclosed location.
Nope. You just rubbed it in everyone's face that you're in an undisclosed location.
Hello, Laura Croft. You could have rode your motorcycle in yesterday.
Okay. Slightly impressive.
That boy bang.
I'm a better athlete than Steve.
Why don't you get rid of your belly first before you start talking about my athleticism?
Let me know it's my turn.
To you.
It's a terrible look. He's got something to prove. He leaves Brooklyn. That's a disaster.
Mistrip dub.
Stephen, I thought it was the real person. You ever had a hole-in-one?
Yes, I have.
Lies.
If it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then damn it, it's a duck.
Chris, I love you. I wish we did TV more together. You're out of your damn mind.
I see you at those Knicks games courtside. We got to get your butt to one of these hockey events.
Let's do that.
To provide the answers. Would you or wouldn't you, and why don't we start with the quarterback position, NFL draft, would you or wouldn't you draft Cam Ward over Shedeur Sanders?
I would. I think he's a better athlete. I think he's a better, he takes care of the ball better. But most importantly, I love his football journey. You know, from the fact that this is a guy that, you know, throughout his whole football journey, the guy went to JUCO, worked his way to Washington State, where he was prolific at Washington State, then worked his way to the University of Miami, where he did, you know, really was a big-time player at the University of Miami. So I love his football journey, love his football acumen, and I would take him over Shedeur Sanders.
His football confidence, too, is certainly not lacking, as we welcomed him in during the Heisman Trophy presentation.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, yeah, if they don't give it to me, they're making a mistake. Would you or wouldn't you play Travis Hunter exclusively on defense?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, he's too good of a talent to just, you know, exclusively play one side of the ball. I'm sure coming into the league, that's gonna be the primary focus. But this is a guy, absolutely, you got to utilize that talent that he displayed at the University of Colorado. I'm sure he's not going to be playing the number of snaps that he played in college, but I could definitely see packages for a guy like Travis Hunter. Again, he's just too good of a player on both sides of the ball to be relegated just on defense.
Okay, would you or wouldn't you try to trade for Matthew Stafford if you were in the Giants front office?
Absolutely, I would. You know, like there's no rookie in this class that's going to do anything at the quarterback position for the New York Football Giants. They could be, if they draft a rookie quarterback, they could be in a situation much like we've seen from the Chicago Bears over the years where, you know, you draft a rookie, then the regime gets fired, and then they bring in another one. No one wants that. I think they need a veteran guy that can come in and give themselves the best chance to win now.
When last we saw Matthew Stafford, he was dodging Eagle defenders and snowflakes and almost brought the Rams back in that playoff game. Damian Woody, we appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng. Vòng hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là yêu quái. Mọi người, hôm nay vòng của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là phù thủy. Bây giờ mình bắt đầu nha. Tao hai là không bao giờ đủ.